What up? Big Herc916. Positivity, motivation. Hit that subscribe button. Share the channel. Make sure you hit that bell so you get the alerts. And go check out my Patreon, Big Herc916. Also Instagram, Twitter, Big Herc916. BigHerc916.com. Give a shout out where you're from. Let me know you're representing. And leave a comment. You know, somebody asked me to talk about this situation. Rapper Casanova accused of conspiring in some serious charges. You know, I've talked about it before with the 6ix9ine situation with ARAB and some of these other guys who, you know, openly talk about a lot of their street accolades or things they are doing or involved in to some degree, but yet they're in the media limelight. And you know, I know a lot of people want the likes, they want the views, they want the followers. The label who represents a lot of these guys, they don't really care. They're making money. I mean, the more controversy, the more money they make. You know, an arrest in this guy's situation, Casanova situation, will bump up record sales. So they'll be able to recoup whatever it is they put out to promote this individual. And they actually embrace the street cred, the street you know, business going on, because it at the end of the day, it allows them to get intel and also profit. So you know, you look at this situation right here. Casanova, legal name Caswell Sr., 17 others were accused of what top federal prosecutor in Manhattan called terrible acts of violence in New York City, Westchester County, and upstate as members of the untouchable Gorilla Stone Nation gang. The charges are pretty, you know, pretty crazy. Some of them, distribution of narcotics, attempted murder, I don't know what his charges in particular are. I know he's been to jail before, so he's an ex-felon. So that always, you know, bumps it up as far as the amount of time you're looking at. You know, you got to really be careful, man. You know, I'm not going to really get into details as far as exactly what all the charges are. But you know, there's always individuals who are just waiting for an opportunity, and especially in the hip hop community, you know, they pride themselves on being street, and that's what they've sold us into projecting, which, you know, keeps us in a certain position, and it allows us to continue that cycle, because there's a lot of whatever the popular guy does, or the guy with the, you know, the big media presence does, a lot of youngsters will follow. They will, you know, try to emulate this person, and in the process most likely catch a case. The conspiracy Mr. Senior is charged in began 8 years earlier in 2010, according to the indictment that was unsealed this week. At the point, state records show he was in prison after a robbery conviction. He turned to stealing by the time he was 11 because of corrupting allure of instant gratification, high pure acceptance. His biography on Rock Nation website says, even though his family provided him with a nice home, everything he wanted as a child. So that's in his, I guess in his biography on Rock Nation's page. But it says here, there's some other things, I guess, moving forward that he got involved in with this this blood gang. And you know, when you start tying in gangs, they, immediately that gives you a RICO. So what you don't know is that when you start banging a gang openly, that's another charge with anything. So that can add a whole nother enhancement. And they also put it on your jacket, so you're validated. Once you get validated, wherever you go in the system, you're screwed. You are automatically put into a certain category, and if anything jumps off relating to politics or anything in the system, you're gonna be subject to that. So, gang rap has really flourished, not in a positive way, but in a negative way in the music industry, and it creates a locked-in fan base. But on the flip side, it also creates, it's a criminal element that law enforcement look at. Prosecutors, when they get ready to try to bring charges against anybody associated with that particular gang, and it's easier to attach a conspiracy to a gang, a group of individuals who all claim or relate to a certain set neighborhood or gang affiliation. These are all things that nobody's going to point out to you. But all you gotta do is go look up gang, and when they start putting gang injunctions, they started all this in LA with a lot of the street gangs, Hispanic and black street gangs. They put injunctions out, and then if you get caught associating, you can get basically immediately thrown back in prison. The enhancements, all these things, and then with a lot of the gangs, they can declare them under other categories, under the Patriot Act. You're looking at maybe possible terrorist organizations, and kind of like what they use to take down the mafia with organized crime, and you go from being just a regular guy who was maybe out here hustling to being now a co-conspirator in a criminal organization, and you got a CCE, continuing criminal enterprise, which 20 years right off the top. RICO, 20 years right off the top. The deal is the minimum you might get is 10 if you had a minor role in the organization. But it's serious, man. I've seen guys come through, they didn't get caught with anything just by being association. Your videos, the gang signs, they probably have walls with your image on them, with various lyrics that they've taken and broken down through somebody who's like hip-hop cultural analyst, and they're just waiting for the time. And if they can tie any of your homeboys in your video who are gang affiliates with any of the things you've done, as far as maybe you've used finances to buy guns for the hood, help finance certain drug transactions through guys who are still street because you want to keep it loyal, keep it 100. All that ties you back into a RICO, ties you back into conspiracy. So, be careful, man. And I tell you all the time, man, association, you got a lot of guys who are hitters who never seen a picture in their life, but they get a homeboy that blows up, he's doing things, and, the fact that he's more visual, and then all they got to do is see you in one of his videos and be like, that guy hangs out with him. He's a known kingpin. Let's see what we can find out and see how all this ties in, and see if there's any business connections or ties or anything of that nature. And if there's more to this story. And that's how it all starts, man. So, I'm just telling you guys to be smarter. I hate to see brothers going down like this. Casanova seemed like he was really about his business, and, took his talent and made it up out the hood and did some big things. but still had these ties, which, you know, essentially led to him getting caught back up with this whole, you know, conspiracy charge. So be careful out there. Like I said, I'm not going to get into details. It's all over, you know, New York Times and various other hip hop publications are talking about the story. I'm just going to touch on just the outside perspective of what I know and how I've seen other brothers, you know, lose their freedom behind it. So be careful, man, when you're out here doing all these interviews and you talk about slide on this and body for body and, you know, running ops. All that stuff is, you've recorded it. It's public information. So, you know, if anything comes remotely, you know, across their table it could be linked to anything that you're involved in, you're going down. You're going down. So tighten your game up, man. Be smart about your business. Big Herc916.
Hey. I got that work. Hey. See, while y'all in quarantine, I got that work. Split the coronavirus wig, man. Hey. Go to the link in the description and get your limited edition coronavirus wig splitter shirts. Big Herc916 getting down fresh out.